have stolen enough?
Yeah.
Damn.
So, and this is the word for
Oh,
reproach.
read it again before you read that.
Proverbs 14:31. He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him have mercy on the poor.
Word for reproach, the Hebrew word is charap, and it means to reproach, the taunt, the blasphemy, defy
your maker. Defy your maker.
jeopardize,
Jeopardize your maker. Yeah.
upbraid, to reproach,
Yeah.
to defy, to winter, spend harvest time, remain in harvest time, to acquire, to be betrothed. So basically that was it. Point to reproach, to taunt, blasphemy.
You just mentioned something about that with the grapes. I mean, with the vineyard, it says reproach. What did it say? Harvest time.
To reproach, taunt, blasphemy, or to winter, spend harvest time, remain in harvest time.
Yeah. You know, you ain't taking care of you ain't taking care of things right, man.
Okay, the scripture says even in Revelations, the Lord appointed us grain for a certain season. If it was for the so-called white man, we wouldn't even eat as slaves. You know, the
Yeah.
Heavenly Father had to appoint that. So this man is completely merciless.
Let
Yeah.
me try to find our law in what I just quoted earlier. Wow.
Go ahead. So somebody got in the meanwhile.
I could get things that are temporal as well. Alright. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 4:18 real quick. Alright? It says
I got it.
It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are temporal. But so like it are eternal. Are the things that are not seen, man. Like the brother quoted earlier. You know, we're looking to store our treasures upon heaven. You know, not over here on earth where anyone can steal. You know, where it could just perish away. You know, we're looking to do good by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Pretty much, receive that penny, that kingdom. Alright.
How could you have greater hope if you can only see the things that's in front of you? If you can't have faith in things that are above the things that are already in this temporal place.
Yeah.
That's not
you gotta
faith.
see past,
It's not faith. Seeing, it's not believing.
Yeah.
It's not faith. Faith is seeing, believing in something you don't see.
Yeah.
Right? People want to believe, like they don't believe the Most High, is a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah. You don't believe, they'll believe it when they see it, but that's not real belief. Yahweh Shai spoke of, blessed is he that believe without seeing.
Yeah, because we haven't seen Yahweh Shai, or we don't recall ever seeing him,
Yeah.
Right? No one has seen Yahweh Shai in person.
Yeah.
All right. This is a law I quoted earlier, Leviticus 23 and 22. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yeah.
All right. So we're supposed to leave a certain amount of food to the poor. Like over there in Puerto Rico, it's much easier to be poor because you're able to have the fruit trees and you're able to live off the land. You're able to fish. Here it's hard. You can't do that. You can't. If you're hungry, you can't just look for an orange tree and grab an orange or apple tree and grab an apple. Because ain't nothing like that in this place. This place is built on concrete.
If I can add, like even if you go to the countryside, Esau's gonna meet you with force. He's gonna come out with that shotgun, saying get out of my property. Trespassing.
I used to clean pools at this one house I used to go to. It's like a farmland. I had to go up this hill. Guy had avocado. He had avocado and he had signs. He had signs saying that
No loitering, no trespassing.
you trespass. Law going into not taking avocados. You're gonna call the cops on you.
Yeah.
All right. And then another sign above it. He has his own gun and shit. It takes 23 minutes for the cops to get from my revolver to your head. It's 0.3 seconds.
Hey, Shemai, you probably could vouch too for this. Back in the 80s, you used to be the early 80s. You'd be able to walk down the street as a kid, and there'd be lemon trees and pecan trees. You just pull them off the trees, man, because the trees they'll flourish over the fence, or almost, you know what I'm saying?
My grandma was a green thumb. In our property, we had plums, the grapefruit, peach tree, and lemon tree.
Yeah.
And those the peach tree used to grow big peaches because she, like fertilize and keep it all good. And this is where I met my best friend. She used to be so petty about it, like they steal the peaches. Cause they ain't gonna leave none on the tree for nobody else. That's how she thought. They ain't gonna leave none, they gonna take them all. And that's how I met my friend, cause he was taking peaches and my grandma chased him down. Cause he was hungry. Cause coming from school. Cause they never ate, they lived in a group home at the time. And they didn't get to eat until she cooked.
Yeah, that's one of our curses. It said the earth should yield its strength. You know? It don't grow to the full capacity of, producing.
Yeah.
Mainly because, Esau's not keeping the laws of the land.
Exactly. Yeah, if you ain't fertilizing, if you ain't treating the land right, it ain't gonna grow right. Go ahead.
Obadiah 1:15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. That reward.
Yeah, what you reap is what you sow, man. Hey, we had to reap what we sow. We sowed wickedness. We had to reap it by going to enslavement. The only difference is we the Most High's children. He loves us too. Go ahead.
It shall be done unto thee. That reward shall return upon thy own head.
Yeah, all these heathens, because they had a part in our downfall and even in our this slavery, even today, man. Hamites, the East Indians, the Chinese, the Japanese, all them motherfuckers, underhand shit, crafty with this devil. And they'll be in your neighborhoods talking about, smiling with you. But you a nigga, and on the inside with them, you're a nigga.
Selling
Go ahead.
poison in the liquor stores.
Yeah.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain.
Yeah, who is this holy mountain, man? Israel. Israel is his portion. Mountain is a government, man. We supposed to be the government of this earth. We supposed to, hey, man, there'll be a whole different game, man, if we was ruling, man. Like I said in the scriptures, righteous man rule it, the people will rejoice. Why? Because they're going to get real food.
Yep.
They're going to get real clothing.
Breathing real air.
Breathing real air.
Hey, able to drink the water from the river.
Drink the waters from the rivers.
Instead of a plastic bottle, and you have it in the sun, and
Yep.
the sun just, you ever had a water bottle, drink it from the sun, it's hot, you
Yeah.
can taste that food.
Your children going to be able to go outside and play.
Not have to worry about them getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
Be used as pedophile rings.
Yeah.
You can have trees, crops, green, everything.
Yep. Your cattle and sheep.
Hey, you heathens, you're gonna be living good after, like it says in Revelation 20:5, right?
Yeah.
Let me see it. Let me see this again. Let me get it real quick. Revelation 20:5. It says, "But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. The rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years. The rest of the dead is going into other nations. You didn't live again. You're not living again for 1,000 years, because during the time of 1,000 years, you're gonna be put in hardcore slavery. But after that, you're gonna ready. By the time you're gonna know our laws, you're gonna have to keep our laws, and you're gonna live life as long as you keep our laws. But you're still gonna have to serve us.
Exactly.
Because like it says in Ezekiel,
Gates.
in Ezekiel 39, where it says continual employment.
Yeah.
Because you know how like you have like, for example, these like you go these Moabite shops where our women go to get their nails and their hair done and all that, to go
Salons and shit.
the salons. Well, guess what? They're charging us for that. They're charging us for that, but they're gonna be doing that for us for free. Like for example, I like to go get oils. Like I go to this Ishmaelite spot, and he be charging up the ass. And then sometimes some oils are diluted. And overprice you. What in the kingdom of heaven, they're gonna give us the best oil, the best linen, and they're not gonna charge us. And they're not gonna dilute it. They're gonna give the best of everything.
Exactly.
The best of their cattle.
First fruits of everything that they have.
Everything, man.
They're going to pay tribute. They're going to pay tribute unto Israel.
Yep.
And they're going to have to worship our power. If they don't, they're not going to receive any rain.
Said our gates shall be open continuously. Well, the heathens going to bring forth their what?
It was in us.
their substance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they're gonna bring
The
forth
milk of the
best,
Gentiles, yeah.
the best of their things. Like if you got a guy that makes rugs, we gonna get the best rug he makes.
Yep.
Okay, the guy that makes jewelry, we gonna get the best jewelry.
Yep.
Okay, the best of everything, the best of the stonework, the best of the woodworks, the best of the carpentry, everything.
That's the first fruits of everything, yeah.
Everything.
Hey, like you said, they're gonna be under tribute and servitude to us because we getting the laws right now in our spirit. Most High putting our, so they ain't gonna have the laws, so they're gonna be going off still.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we getting our shit right. We getting our shit right now.
Yeah.
So when we in the kingdom and set up, they're gonna be still going out. We're gonna be able to judge their asses and shit. We're gonna be perfect.
They gonna build a house and not dwell in it.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
we built the house and
Yeah.
didn't dwell in it.
Because they don't want to follow the laws. They don't want to abide by these scriptures where they laws getting put in parts. So they're gonna be left out without it. And who gonna be the real lawmen? The officers.
I got
Us. Go ahead.
Let me start from Isaiah. This is Isaiah 60, and I'll start from
Hey.
4.
Hey, our sons and daughters be on horses and stuff, going past Esau. Get the fuck to work and shit. We gonna be on horses, man.
Yeah, they're gonna carry our sons
Yeah.
and our daughters on their shoulders.
Exactly. The most is your son and daughter seen, or even your daughter, is a damn pony from a damn play set of these toys and shit. Nah, she gonna be riding on a real horse.
Yeah.
We gonna be riding on real horses, man.
This is Isaiah 60 and 4. Lift up thine eyes round about, and see all they gather themselves together. They come to thee, thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side.
Man.
Then shalt thou see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee.
Forces of the Gentiles, man. Go ahead.
It says, the multitude of camels shall cover thee,
Man.
the dromedaries of Medan and Ephah, all they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these other nations, they're, in the kingdom of heaven, they're not going to be worshiping their goddamn gods. They're going to be worshiping the true God and the only God, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right? Because by then, all nations, all the inhabitants of the earth is going to know the Lord. All right? Because especially what he's going to do to this place. All right? His name is going to be glorified. Again, just like it was glorified when the Lord delivered Israel out of Egypt, man.
Well,
Right.
Esau pushes his laws on us and forces us to keep his laws. Okay, you can't run a stop sign and the police is sitting right there and he not gonna pull you over and give you a big ass ticket.
When I went to Arizona, there's a lot of cops out there. There's a lot of speed traps. And there's a sign out near to go to the gas station, no U-turn, but I was gonna make one anyway, but the spirit's like, nah, don't make one. And my sister was asleep on the passenger side, she woke up, she's like, don't make a U-turn, there's a cop right there. Waiting to give a speed trap, man.
So she just woke up out of nowhere. That's crazy.
Yup. Because Esau, if I would have made that U-turn, his ass would have pulled my ass over, man. You know. But just like they forced us to keep our laws, they set up all these speed traps and all these cops. They push out all these cops to make sure we're keeping the laws, right? We're obeying, the citizens are obeying the law, right? You nations are gonna have to keep our laws, man. We're not gonna have no police out here and making sure you're keeping it, man, because
Esau has international laws that they abide by, policies. So the same, we gonna have our laws.
right.
We gonna abide exactly
But
by.
their own heathen ways and concepts still, they're gonna be going off. So they're not
Yeah.
gonna learn our laws to where it's gonna become in them and shit.
Yeah, you know why? Because Satan still got a
Exactly.
job to do.
Yeah.
Satan's gonna get off us, and it's gonna go on them.
Yeah.
You know.
It's gonna be like on Django when he was whipping the slave and he had the law pinned to him, the Bible scriptures pinned
Oh,
to
yeah.
him. You know,
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah.
We gonna rule y'all with a rod of iron, man. Okay, same way you ruled us with a rod of iron,
Yeah.
with that whip. You know,
rod of iron.
forcing the laws, which are our laws, but you put them in your put it up like they were pertaining to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And Pastor Hart came out with that too. The iron is the strongest metal. Though it's the cheapest or whatever, it's the strongest metal. So we're gonna be y'all with the strongest metals. Metal. Go ahead.
I'm gonna break.
Yeah.
It says, the multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries, basically young camels, Medan and Ephah shall, all they from Sheba shall come, they shall bring gold and incense, they shall show forth praises of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because you may have one nation, right? One heathen nation that's maybe good at, that may have the best gold, producing the best gold. They're gonna bring their best gold. You may have another nation, they may be good at bringing the best silver, bring the best cotton, or certain, or incense. You know, they're gonna, whatever these nations, whatever their land or whatever they can produce, specialize in. That's what they're gonna come and offer onto Israel.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Queen of Sheba.
Yeah.
She was a representation. She was at Solomon's door all night, right? And she gave gifts. And Becking at his, she was mesmerized and shit. I have heard, of all the land that you would, we gonna become those wise men. Like they want to see them celebrities and high-seated men, because we're taking the low right now, man.
Yeah.
We could be like these damn. They don't take none of them. Make a rap album and shit. Do all this music and shit. They don't even talk no more in their fucking raps and shit. Yeah, just mumble and shit. There ain't nothing to do that. But we're taking, this road, the narrow, so we can have the greater later on, man.
Can you imagine the angels looking down upon us?
Yeah.
Looking down and seeing and knowing that, they just on the bottom for right now. They gonna be good in a minute. Okay, they know that already. It's just us. Well, our people don't know it. We know it, but our people don't know it. The means to the ends is the separation that the Most High gave us to go through. Like Yahweh Shai had to suffer before he got his glory. The same thing we're gonna have to do is suffer before we get our glory, man. That's the Most High showing he's in control. He's the one in control of giving you. He's the one that set up the rich and the poor. Okay, it's nothing for the Most High to make a man rich. The Most High can make you rich in a second, in 1 second.
1 second, the blink of an eye.
Yep, blink of an eye.
You could go to a park and find $1 million cash.
That's
and
it.
I met someone that went to the park and found 20 G's in cash in a bag.
Well, that's sketchy as hell.
Yeah.
She went to the park. She just found it. She took it. She kept it. You see how the Lord can just rain money down, literally. Real money too.
Yeah.
Verse 7. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to the windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them. Yeah, because wherever there's an Israelite, these nations, like, you're an Israelite, you belong here. They're gonna bring that Israelite to Jerusalem. All right, with their gold and their silver, like it says right here. It says, with their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons, because during that time, everyone's gonna know that we are God's chosen people, man. And they're gonna know who Esau is, and how he was just an apostle the whole time. Okay. It says, and the sons of thy strangers. Now, if you look up that word strangers, it's the Hebrew word is nakar. This goes into the other nations. All right, so Taman. Let me see. What, verse 10? Verse 10. When it says, when you read scriptures and it talks about strangers, there's two different types of strangers. You got the Hebrew word gar. When it says strangers, that's talking about Israelite foreigners, Israelites. But Israelites that probably lived in other lands. That's they're known as strangers because they're not of Israel. They're Israelites, but they didn't live in the land of Israel.
Doctrines, like the Babylonians, Israelites.
Well, speak up.
They were like living in Babylonian lands or Hittite lands, believing that they were those people. but in actuality, they were Israelites. Not
Well-
knowing they were.
Well, you had back then you had Israelites that knew they were Israelites, but they just lived in different lands, and they were known as just strangers. All right, but they were still brothers. But when you read the scriptures, the strangers is why you got you look at the Hebrew there's two Hebrew the strangers. One is Gar, that's talking about Israelites, right? This one is Nahar, all right, which is talking about other nations, all right. So when it says Isaiah 60:10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, right? So these other nations, they're gonna build up their walls. They're gonna build up our walls, build up the walls of Jerusalem, because when John the Revelator saw New Jerusalem coming down, the kingdom of heaven is not gonna be established right there and then. Or that's gonna be the beginning, because it's gonna take 1,000 years to set things in order and to build up our kingdom, man. These nations are gonna be put through hardcore slavery, especially you Edomites. All right, and how's the so-called white man? How's Edom gonna handle slavery? You can't deal with any hardship. Any hardship that you deal with, you want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like the guy I think you heard about the guy that killed himself because he thought it owed $730,000 to Robin Hood.
Oh yeah.
He jumped in front of a train.
I heard of that, dude. I don't know that happened.
He owed $730 to Robin Hood. Well, he thought he didn't owe, but the app was just confusing to him, so he thought he owed $730,000 to Robin Hood. So he's like, he gave up all his money and he just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just kill myself."
See, that's a weak soul.
Another one, you had Edomite. He literally brought the shotgun to his head, blew his whole shit off. Because he lost his girlfriend and he lost his job. I lost my girlfriend. I lost a job at the same time. I'm still here. Jake, you fucking weak ass Edomites killing yourself when you're doing any hardship, man. Because guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, you ain't gonna kill yourself. Because even if you do, guess what? You won't bring ass right back to life. But your job is you're gonna build up our kingdom. You and Esau and other nations. It says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have mercy on thee. Yeah, because the whole nation, the whole world will know why these people are on the bottom for so long, because we angered the Lord. I think it says in Isaiah 47, if I could 47 is it says I think it's in Ezekiel where it says all nations are gonna know that we went into captivity for breaking the laws. Just roughly paraphrasing it. Continuing on, it says,
not for thy destruction, because you have brought the Most High unto wrath.
Yep. And the strangers, Isaiah 16:10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. And how the Lord had mercy on us was through his son, Yahweh Shai, bringing back the elect. It's through the elect. Because 2/3 of Israel are going to die, but they're going to come back as the elect's children. And that's the mercy that the Lord's going to have upon Israel. Because the wrath that is coming, it's going to seem like he's going to kill off everybody, but the Lord has a remnant that he's going to deliver, that he's going to protect from the wrath that's going to come upon the world. It says, therefore, and then when Israel is established, when the Lord establishes his kingdom on earth, all nations are going to know why we were in such turmoil, why we were constantly being oppressed and killed and made a byword and being reproached constantly. They're going to know. All right. It says, verse 11, therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yes, those nations shall be utterly wasted. And it's going to happen. All right, when you have New Jerusalem, you're gonna have these other nations that are not gonna want to serve us. They're not, man. They're gonna, even though they've seen the power of the Most High, they're probably still gonna object the power, object worshiping the Most High. So you know what we're gonna do? It says right there, they're gonna utterly perish. We're gonna make them an example, man.
All right. That's my favorite part. We're willing, we're those men. When we bring a head to another nation, be like, you better bow down or you're going to die. And if they don't bow down, we're going to start killing them.
Yep. Putting them in in hardcore slavery. Because it also says in Isaiah 24, after the earth is shook and reeled to and fro like a drunkard, that we're going to go and bind the kings and put them in pits and visit them many days.
Yeah.
All right. It says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary. Because why? What's the Lord's sanctuary? Israel. Because Israel is going to be utterly destroyed by fire. All right. But the difference is that Israel is going to be built up. The Lord is going to build up Israel. Because if we get at Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, it says Ezekiel 36 and 35 says, and they shall say, this land that was desolate, right? This land that was desolate is Israel, right? Because Israel's gonna be also hit with missiles, right? But it's gonna be inhabited again. It says, and they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden. What does Eden mean? Eden means paradise, joy. All right, and that's what the Hebrew word is Adon, which means paradise and joy. And that's what this earth was made. It was made to be a paradise and joy for the Israelites, man. But since
Since the wicked
you know,
wicked are authority right now.
Yep.
You know, the earth is born.
That's right.
You know, on decay.
Yeah, so Israel has to be destroyed, you know, because it has to be cleansed, you know, before the true Israelites can return to that land, before Yahweh Shai can return to that land.
Yeah. I got some. You finish it?
Let me finish it. It says, and they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden, and the waste and the desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited, because the Lord's going to build it up, man. He's going to have these other nations like Lebanon. They're known for their trees. That's why on their flag is a tree. Is a tree symbol. That's what the country's known for, right? They're going to bring the best trees. They're going to bring everything, man. You know, that's Lebanon. That's their speciality. That's their speciality that they're going to bring onto the gates of Jerusalem.
That's why I said that trees of Lebanon. We'll say that something of Lebanon. So
Joyce from our brought down. No fellas come up against us.
Isaiah 14 and 1. Isaiah 14 and 1 says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave into the house of Jacob.
See? I'm trying to look up the word. Yeah, see? So, remember how I was telling you about the strangers?
Okay, yeah, sure.
So when it says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. What's our land? Israel, right? And the strangers shall be joined with them. Now, if you don't read it, you thinking that's talking about other nation. But if you look up the word, it goes, the Hebrew word is gar. Yeah, gar, right? Which that's talking about the Israelites, right? Israelite foreigners that are scattered abroad, man. All right? Because you're still going to have Jake. When it says the 2/3 is going to be destroyed, the 2/3 is talking about the 2/3 in America. Because it says in Zechariah 13 that the 2/3 of this land, you know, it's not land, which is America, are going to perish. The 2/3 here are going to die. We're still going to have other Israelites that are going to live, that are going to be still scattered. Still living in South America, still living in China, you know, wherever Jake's at, still living in Europe, you know, and in these nations, these other nations, right, these heathens, when they see that, oh, you're an Israelite, they're going to bring us to the gates of Jerusalem. We're going to bring them to the gates of Jerusalem, like we brought out in Isaiah 60. So it says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to the place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. They shall take them captives, who captives they were. Yeah, we're gonna be the ones to put you other nations in slavery, because we were in slavery. All you nations had us in slavery at one point in time. But when you ruled, you had us enslaved. So it's right that we put you other nations in slavery as well, man. All right.
I just found out that the Zhang and the Tang Dynasty, which is Moabites, they had the first batch of slaves,
Oh, okay.
Israelites, living in China. So you gooks, you're gonna be enslaved too.
Yeah. It says, and they shall rule over the oppressors. And who's the main one oppressing us? The so-called white man, Edomites, man. You're constantly oppressing us day by day. But real soon, it's gonna be switched. You're gonna be the one that's gonna be constantly oppressed, man, day by day.
Jake ain't never been referenced as the oppressor. When the people say the oppressor, they know who you talking about.
Yeah.
Esau.
Everybody.
Everybody,
We're still being oppressed to this day, man.
Yeah.
This is going back to Isaiah 60 and 14. It says, can you get Deuteronomy 11:25? That's what it says.
Get this piece up?
Yeah.
Isaiah 61:1, and the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh, is upon me, because the Lord had appointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He had sent
But it's
me
good tidings, it's truth unto the meek, the Israelites, the hopeful elect, man. All right.
to bind up the brokenhearted, to
We're brokenhearted. We were once lost. We didn't know who we were. We once walking in Babylon thinking that this is life. You think going to work and serving this man every day is life.
Poverty and oppression could make you brokenhearted,
Literally broken spirit. What revived us is this word. All right. It's good tidings, gospel, the good news. Okay, because it's good news to know that we're gonna be on top again.
To proclaim liberty to the captives and to open the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Oh, read that last one more time.
It says to proclaim liberty to the captives.
Freedom to the captives. Who are the captives? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yeah.
The Israelites. We're in captivity.
The scripture
All
says
right.
I will bring you into Egypt again.
Yep, and we're still in captivity. We're still, like the law says, if a man steals the man and it's still found in his hand, just roughly paraphrasing, we're still found in this devil's hand. We're still in captivity. It's just worse because the majority of our people are in mental captivity, thinking that they're free. When really the truth shall make you free, because it says that in John 8:35. Okay? But it's liberty to captives. We're the captives. Okay?
We're in physical captivity as well.
Yep, because we have to go to work every day.
Right. We can't leave this place.
Nope.
We can't leave America.
Nope.
Okay? I don't care how rich you are. Go buy you a 787 big ass plane, put all your possessions in it, and don't tell Esau, oh, I'm leaving, and go take off and try to go somewhere. And see want the what they call the Coast Guard. See want they be on your butt right away, instantaneously, telling you, hey, where you going? Turn this thing around, or we're gonna do what? We're gonna shoot you down. For what? Oh, because you're not supposed to leave. You're a prisoner. Okay?
Yeah, your property, straw man,
You're property.
certificate, birth
Exactly.
certificate.
And our bodies too, man.
Yeah.
It's chains of darkness, man.
Yeah.
Weak ass bodies,
Yeah.
subject to getting sick.
Exactly.
Hey, when did becoming sick and having mental problems, physical, mental health
Mental
problems,
too.
become a norm? Like, you gotta go to the doctor, you gotta get checked up.
You gotta get
Everything.
anti-depressions and be depressed. You know what? Depression comes from these bodies. Even us, we suffer that too. We're not depressed because of what these people are depressed about. We're depressed because we're in captivity, man. We're being oppressed.
Yeah, man.
It makes us depressed, and sometimes that bitterness and the depression gets to you, but you gotta fight that off.
Yeah, you just see people with illnesses, and then somebody walk in the room they ain't seen in a while. They brighten up. They get strength.
That's right.
Or you'll see somebody can barely walk, and they father they jump up, forget they even have a raw leg, man.
That's how we gonna.
So that's how. Since we ain't been with the Most High in a while, you know what I'm saying? We didn't got weak.
Yeah.
And when we see
happens
that
out
glory,
here.
yeah, it happens out
When you
here.
come out here, you could be feeling bad, but once you get in the spirit,
Yeah.
you feel all right. You're all right.
Yeah, yeah.
But then when the camera go off, you back to you like, oh shit, what happened?
That's why this whole thing is a hoax. You got probably people, ever heard of placebo? You got people that are just sick because They think they sick and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And then they check themselves into the hospital and they die. Or they kill them. You know? Just off a little cough or something, a little dust. But hey, you all right, man. If your body ain't breaking down, if you don't feel like, don't even go to the hospital, don't even get vaccination shot, period. But still, man, it's like the Most High let your body, allow your body to know that you sick, man. So all this sickness, it ain't even real, man. What you gonna say?
Yeah, that's the confusion that Esau put out in the air.
Yeah.
It went from last year. If you have anything that's a sign of a cold and a temperature, oh man, stay at home for 2 weeks. You might have COVID.
Yeah.
Now you have to go get tested to know if you have COVID. The way the narrative changes.
Yeah.
And that's why people listen to frequencies, because it's all mental.
It's all mental,
I'm not
man.
gonna get sick.
You know? Yeah.
You feel you're gonna get sick? Nah, don't say I'm gonna get sick.
Exactly.
Say I'm not gonna get sick. Lord will it.
It's all the Lord at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why this is the true medicine and true healing. What you say, Jacob, I'll restore the health to Jacob
Yeah.
through this word, man. Go
Right.
ahead.
When you first heard the word, it made you feel better. I know it did me. You know, it changed my whole mental and physical. Man. You know,
Yeah.
I had more pep about myself. I wasn't walking around in depression. You know, I knew it was hope. We got hope, man.
Yeah.
That's why Lord called us lively stones.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I said, he that have wisdom is maketh his face to shine.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have that light, that glow
Yeah.
about you when you have that wisdom.
Hey, they slack it up, but they always had that church, I mentioned the church lady that catches so-called, those are demons, but when she catches them demons, she's up and lively. But how much more righteous men, man? When we get the Holy Spirit, man, we're going to be moving and grooving, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 16:14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee, right? You other nations, mainly the so-called white man, Edom, Chinese, Moab, Japanese, Ammon, you Hamites, you Ishmaelites, all you other nations that afflicted us, right? That shows no respect, all right? Just believe in these bywords. You just see us as a taunt, you see us as a taunt and a proverb
Yeah.
and a byword,
Yeah.
all right? And you constantly reproach us, right? It says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. Yeah, bending the knee. You're gonna be getting on your knees, worshiping us, man.
Literally.
All right. It says, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
Man, mainly them damn rats, man. Because it said, what did it say? They going to lick the dust of our feet.
Yep.
Ones that call themselves Jews or not, the synagogue of Satan. Because why? They the chief house of all this bullshit going on, man. And they hide and make it seem like they are different people and shit, man. Y'all the same Edomites.
Right now, as an Israelite, being dark skinned is looked down upon. You get no respect. These nations, they see you and they just think evil of you.
Yeah.
They just think that you're a thug. That's why when you walk by, they lock their car like 10 times. When you walk by, they grab their fucking purse. They hold on to their purse. Because they see us and they just think we're thugs. You don't even have to dress like them.
Yeah.
You just
like
have your belt on. You could not sag, dress properly. You talk proper too.
Hey, wait, but when you dress nice, they think you got that from stealing and drug dealing and
We
shit.
gotta follow this guy. You go to the store, you're being followed. You get no respect. I remember I went to a restaurant. I was doing an order, and the food wasn't ready, so I was waiting, and ladies just give me nonchalant attitudes. So I sit down and wait. Edomite came in doing the same thing. All nice. Hey, do you want some water while you wait? And I'm like, look at this bitch right here. All right, I remember this. And the Kingdom of Heaven, you ain't gonna get no fucking water.
Yeah.
You know.
And you gonna remember. Most
I
I gonna
remember
bring
that.
everything to our remembrance, man.
Remember that shit, man. Because we get no fucking respect here. But when the Lord puts us on top, we don't get our respect and our fear that we deserve.
Oh yeah, it's like
Put thee in remembrance.
Yeah.
Everything. Not even in this life, in your past life as well, when we were serving hardcore slavery.
Yeah.
All right. You remember everything.
Like Andrew Dice Clayton, I get no respect anywhere I go. Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
I get no respect. Go ahead.
I got this precept. This is Book of Deuteronomy 11 and 25. It says, "There shall no man be able to stand before
Okay,
you."
let me see.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start a little up. Every place we're in. Let's see. What's this? 24.
Yeah.
The heathens probably can't even look at us because our face gonna be shining. This is our face gonna be 10,000 times brighter than the sun. We're gonna be blind. Crawling.
So this at Deuteronomy 11 and 20, it says, "And thou shalt write them upon the door posts of thine house and upon thy gates."
And it's going into the laws. All right, this is what we're supposed to do. Have not just the phylacteries, which was a wrap thing we wrap around our arm that had the laws in it. Not just these bordered blue garments. But we also have the laws, written on our doorsteps, so we can be constantly reminded, not to keep them, not to break them. All right, go ahead.
So that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children in the land, which the Lord sware unto your fathers,
And this was going to happen if we kept the laws.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
to give them as the days of heaven upon the earth. For if ye have diligently keep all these commandments,
Which our ancient forefathers didn't. This is why we're in captivity. This is why we're being oppressed. This is why we don't get no respect. This is why we're subject to payments. This is why these nations look down on us and constantly oppress us because we did not keep the Lord's laws. All right, go ahead.
which I command you to do, them to the love of your power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, to walk in all thy ways and cleave unto him. Then will the Lord drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves. Every place wherein the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours.
This is also going into when we were leaving Egypt in the wilderness. This is what the Lord is telling Moses to tell our people. This is going to happen if we kept his laws.
We would have conquered
All right?
all these nations.
But obviously our forefathers did it, and this is why we're in this mess today. But when the Lord brings his elects, that new Jerusalem, all right, this was going to happen, man. Everywhere we step our feet, we're going to conquer. All right? Literally. Go ahead.
It says, shall be yours from the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the utmost sea shall your coast be.
Yeah, basically we're gonna rule. Israel's gonna rule the whole earth, man. All right, we're gonna rule everything. All right, galaxies. All right, we're gonna be in control of everything, man. Because the Lord is gonna be with us. Because instead of having the laws written on stone, we're gonna have the laws in our inward parts.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, there shall no man be able to stand before you. It says, for the Lord Yahweh shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land.
See, the fear and the dread. These nations are gonna fear us because we're gonna be gods. Bro, they go still be in these fleshly bodies where you're 5'8", 5'9", maybe 6. We're gonna be like 15 feet, man. Gods, bro.
Yeah,
you seen these fire lasers coming out our eyes like bright burn. You're not gonna want to fuck with us. You're gonna fear us, man. All right, you're gonna fear us. Go ahead.
It says, for the Lord shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon.
Yeah.
And he said unto you. All right, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. See, these nations, they don't show us no respect, but they're gonna fear us. That's why they're gonna be bending the knees as soon as they see us, man.
Yeah.
Giving us that respect that we deserve. All right, because we've been too despised. We've been a taunting for so long to these other nations, man.
Yeah. What did it say about the Most High? It say He gives servants respect. Most High willing we continue, but Most High give us respect. These nations don't.
Hey,
look.
it's like, bro, but the elite, they fearing us right now.
Yeah.
Okay, they're definitely fearing us because Wisdom of Solomon tell you that. When they see us standing upon our feet, then what kind of fear? Terrible fear came upon them. Okay, and now imagine them seeing us with spiritual power. How that fear is going to heighten itself.
Bro,
It's going to go past terrible fear.
They're gonna see spiritual power right now. Before their kingdom gets destroyed. They're gonna see men get power now, man.
Yeah. And this is a form of power.
Yep.
They put it in a bad light.
Yeah.
But waking up, man, come on, how can you bring two of those nations together, man? And doing the laws, like we ain't no bullshit about it. We're doing the law, we living it, man.
And well, this is spiritual power, because to be able to stand in front of Esau, the one who had us down so low, and 50 years ago, 60 years ago, we couldn't be out here like this.
Yeah.
Okay, spreading this word, talking against Esau, man. Okay?
And he got a mightier military than ever now.
Right. So that lets you know that this is of the Lord.
As a divine intervention,
Yeah.
like what the Willie Lynch
Right.
Yeah, man.
paper said. You know, spiritual is a spiritual thing.
And imagine what was happening during the Willie Lynch times. How they was beating us and the horse breaking, you know, doing the horse, you know, and doing all that
Buck
madness,
breaking.
buck breaking and madness, man. To where they was, he would even mention that. Because if you got a people like that, that means your price should be up the roof to where, nah, ain't nothing taking us down. Look at these Negroes' condition. But for you to have that concept in your head,
It's that pride.
yeah, that means that, hey, they were scared too, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They have become wiser than Daniel.
Yeah.
And they're wise in the scriptures as well. Because they know what's going on.
Yeah.
They know exactly what's going on. And they know that the scriptures are not fairy tale. It's
Yeah.
not a fable.
Yeah.
They know it's real.
Yeah.
And everything is in the scriptures going to come to pass.
Yeah, that's why I said they sleep not lest they done mischief, man. Oh, pay somebody to hide the truth. Get them monitors to put on more niggerism.
Right.
More rappers out there. Hey, who's back there? Get it back there and do that. Because they know that they don't want no inkling of no truth coming out. Hey, pull down their videos. Strike them down.
Yeah.
Tell them that this was a lie, that it was written by men and all that.
Revelation 12 and 12.
Yeah, 12 and 12. That's what they on, man. That's why they sleep not unless they done mischief, because Psalms 83 cut them off from being a nation. How do they do that? Continually putting that the bullshit out there. Said, pay Nick Cannon, pay we can't even mention him no more. He's done.
Cardi B.
Cardi B. She's
All
a
of them.
man, top
Yo.
witch.
Yo, that bitch, man, that bitch, that's lucky.
Yeah, she's a top witch. I mean,
She said, men deserve Valentine's gifts too, but not more expensive than the girls. Like, if you buy you flowers, give them grass. Fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
and you know,
Right.
yeah.
We're not the special one. Women ain't not the special. We're the fucking surprise.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
You gonna have them women promote diamond rings like they that special, and then you spend all your money. I've been working a whole year so I could propose to buy a diamond to propose for it, and diamonds ain't even nothing worth more. They ain't even more than gold.
Yeah.
But they'll have a nigga spending his last to buy that damn diamond ring, and then you know what happens? They get divorced. Nigga, take your ring, and they throw it in the sewer and shit,
Sell it or something.
or she sell it or something.
Well, she tells him when he proposed to her, I've seen this a lot.
Yeah.
She says no.
Yeah.
Because on social media, he's not a high value man
Exactly.
to her. He's just a regular
Exactly.
nigga.
After you-
Okay, got a regular job that he done saved up all his money to buy you this ring, and then you throw it back in his face by telling him no.
Exactly. And what they do to you, they might have you bow down to propose, bow down to him, and then say no. What did the devil want Yahweh Shai to do? Bow down to him. These women want you to bow down on one knee and vow to be connected with them because they rolling with Satan. What did the many the angel said, hey, don't even bow down. You stand up. You a man too.
Oh,
Yeah.
the angel told John.
Yeah.
But not fellow servant.
Yeah, them fellow servant. But these women that want you down, looking down at you, bowed down.
Who the fuck are you? Weaker vessel. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. But let's not change the subject.
Go ahead.
I got a quick one.
But it goes into our subject that they gonna use these celebrities, you know, to do that shit, man.
Nehemiah 6 and 16. And it came to pass that when all our enemies heard thereof, and all the heathens that were round about us saw these things, they were much cast down in their own eyes, for they had perceived that this work was wrought of Yahweh Shai.
They gonna know that. Most High gonna make that known. When we used to go to war, don't even take that many men. You don't need that many men. They wonder how 144,000 gonna take all these people into slavery and shit.
Milliman Army, the Chinese guy.
Yeah.
Easy work,
Yeah,
man.
just
easy work.
You know?
Easy fucking work.
They brag on their numbers and shit. So what?
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, I got
One shot chase 1,000.
Yeah.
You don't need to use your guns. We can just take your guns away from special power. Use your hands, like the
Yeah.
movie Lucy, man. No
Yeah.
shit.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what the election's gonna do.
Yeah.
They're gonna take all the guns. That's gonna be one of the first. That spiritual power. And burn up all their guns.
Let's see what you.
They say, woe to him that make arm his flesh his arm.
Yep. Strength.
And it's called an army. They run an army. And but what did the Most High say? He's the Lord of hosts, man. He's the Lord of armies. So we going, man, Most High got angels, chariots, you know, and he got evil angels and righteous angels doing his bid, man.
Beast to the land. Leviathan,
Leviathan, you know, he got his servants. He'll put the spirit on these nations to do what they do. You know? Come on, man. Most High got it all, man. Go ahead.
So Isaiah 60 and 15, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, you know, we've been forsaken as a nation, we've been hated, right? These nations that hate us, man, right? So that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
Eternal excellency. Those are, you know how the Esau got his titles and bullshit?
Yeah.
That's a title you really want, man. The excellency, what it say? The eternal excellency.
Forever.
We gonna be princes of power. When you get called a nigga all day, you be like, damn, man, fuck y'all, yeah, you know. But you get called a prince all day. Oh, my king, my prince, my priest, my, you know,
My Lord.
my lord.
We'll be known better than just being, good basketball players, football players,
Yeah.
rappers. No, we're better than that, bro. We're
Prince,
kings, we're kings and priests.
Right.
Nations of kings and priests.
Yeah.
All right. It says, "Thou shalt suck the milk of the Gentiles and shalt suck the breast of kings."
There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna take their riches, take their beautiful woman, take everything that they got, man. It says, "And thou shalt know that I, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will
There you
bring
go.
silver,
Yep.
and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thy extorters righteousness.
Yep.
Violence shall be no more heard in thy land. There will be no more war." All right, because, like it says in Isaiah 2, all your weapons that you have, your guns, your tanks, will be dissolved and turned into,
Agriculture.
garnet. Yeah, say that again?
Agriculture.
Agriculture tools, man. Help us build our kingdom. All
Flower
right.
shit, yeah.
It says, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. Right, and this is how you know that these so-called Jews ain't the real Jews, ain't the real people of the ain't the real people of the Most High, because this hasn't happened yet. There's still violence over there. All right, you got them Palestinians killing them. You got them Israelis killing them Palestinians for no reason. All right, you still got war over there. You still got Israelis dropping bombs on their enemies. All right, it says, "But thou shalt call thy wall salvation and thy gates praise. The sun shall be no more light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee. But the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power, thy glory." Yeah, because this is going into the wisdom. The wisdom is never going to depart from us. All right, it's always going to be within us, man. And then you can also apply the scripture how, Jerusalem's going to be a light, because why? How's Jerusalem going to be built? It'll be built upon gold, different types of stones.
Yep.
Or you can read that in Tobit, I believe the 14th chapter, right? And it says, "The sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for the Lord shall be thy everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended." Right? It says, "Thy people also shall be all righteous." Slaki, thy people also shall be all righteous. Yeah, because they're gonna have the laws in the inward parts. All right, their sins that they have done the Lord not gonna remember them, man. The Lord's gonna forget their iniquities, man. Even though in the kingdom of heaven they're all gonna be ashamed, because we're all gonna go over the story of Babylon. All right, we are the witnesses of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, and the majority of our people, when they come back, they are gonna feel ashamed, because they're gonna know what they did. All right, but it says, "Thy people also shall be all righteous; they shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, will hasten in this time." And it's just going into a regular citizen of Israel. They're going to become like a nation. They're going to have many children. It's going to be like a nation. Just imagine the sons of the Most High, elect. What we're going to, because we're going to be doing a lot of repopulating the earth, bringing back to the ones that die on this side.
Yeah.
Because in Romans, it says that all Israel is going to be delivered. Wait, all Israel is going to be saved, right? Now, how all Israel going to be saved? Is the Lord going to come back and deliver all of Israel? No. The Lord is going to deliver the elect. And how all Israel is going to be in the kingdom? through the elect, they're gonna come back as the children of the elect. Man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be doing a lot of populating. This is why there's trillions and trillions of galaxies. All right, there's trillions of galaxies. There's a reason for that. Because Israel's like ascendancy. All right, we're innumerable.
Yeah.
All right, we can't all inhabit the earth.
Yeah.
That's when you're literally gonna have the earth be populated. All right, we're gonna need, you gotta have brothers and living on different time zones, living on their planets.
Yeah.
I know. Hopefully, Lord willing, if I'm the elect, hopefully I get to live on a planet. You know,
Galaxy full of women.
explore. Yes, sir.
And our women, I'm touching on that, our women, we'll start to close out too, but our women ain't gonna look at each other to be attracted to each other like lesbian shit. They're gonna look at each other like sisters again.
Yeah.
Would you sleep with a woman sleep with her sister? No.
No more
the
jealous?
wife, no more jealousy, none of that, man.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be the very opposite of this. Our women worry about having one child. Oh, I'm gonna have an abortion. Just one. Damn. You're supposed to have thousands of babies, hundreds of babies running around. That's why they busybodies in clubs, because they supposed to be having a lot of children to tend to. All the children that they tend to, just like a class when they in the class and they become teachers, that should be their children at home with their husband. What are you supposed to learn from your husband at home?
Yeah.
That's your teaching ground. So it shouldn't even be no schools like the Esau got set up.
Gunner,
Go ahead.
it's not a real far-fetched thing because you read about Genghis Khan. He's known to have thousands of kids,
Fine.
and he was a human. Imagine, the elect in those spiritual bodies,
Yeah.
or the the extraterrestrial bodies.
Yeah.
How many children you can make then?
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, don't sweat these women, man. If you have a hard time with women on this side, don't sweat it. You're gonna have more than your heart can handle.
Yeah.
Right.
Kingdom,
You ain't
you
gonna
know?
shoot no blanks either.
Shoot no blanks, yeah.
Remember that story about Will Chamberlain? He had all kind of women, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if you remember that, man. Edomite women, Judite women. Go ahead. We'll start to close out.
Oh, no, I don't got this.
First Maccabees.
We gonna be the number one people, man. We gonna how the Michael Jackson, that video, everywhere he went, it lit up. That's just a physical analogy. Like he was so, famous, and women passing out, get his hats and shit.
Yeah.
He'll throw it in the crowd, and women will pass, even dudes and shit.
It's like that with Michael Jordan whenever he went to
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, those foreign countries.
Yeah.
Everyone would know his name.
Yeah. Everyone know. From the one end to the earth, how much more the righteous men, man.
Yeah, how
And
much
the Lord said He would give you fame in the land where you put to shame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Then Judas.
Where you at? Where
First Maccabees 4 and 8. Then said Judas to the men that were with him, Fear ye not their multitude, neither be ye afraid of their assault.
Yeah.
Remember how your fathers were delivered in the Red Sea, when Pharaoh pursued them with an army. Now therefore let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure the Lord will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host before our face this day.
Yeah, because the Most High is constantly reminding us, I brought you out of Egypt. I brought you out of, remember me. I delivered you from the hand of Egyptians. We're the modern day Egypt right here in America. Modern day Egyptians is a so-called white man. He's going to deliver us the same on a more miraculous level. Chariots, man. Come on, man. That's a dope ass story, man. You come in ships and chains, and you're going to leave in ships with
Crowns.
with crowns.
That's another story. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that all the heathens may know that there is one who delivereth and saveth Israel.
Hey, the only chains we gonna have in the kingdom is chains of gold on our necks, man. You know what I'm saying? They we gonna have them in the pit, and those chains they used to have us in, rusted and all that.
Now, Edomite that reported us today to the health officials, since you want to complain about our mask, you're gonna have a weird ass muzzle on you. We're gonna muzzle the fuck out of you. You ain't a muzzle. Make sure that muzzle ain't. You ain't not gonna be able to breathe.
You see that? You see that Black Mirror episode? Oh shit. He was a short story, but he was a god. He got people in his head, and he brought people into his ship, and he was a god in his imagination.
Yep.
And he put the woman didn't want to do what he said. He put a mask on her. She wasn't able to breathe.
No. She
The
removed
U.S.'s calendar.
Took him out.
She removed the mouth.
Yeah, he took the mouth away.
Yeah.
No, not that one.
Not that one?
No, yeah, but her face was blank. Her
Oh,
whole
right.
face,
Her entire face.
her
Yeah.
entire face was blank, but it was like a mask. But she was like, she couldn't breathe. And then he said, you want to get right now? She was scared as hell. What, you know? But that's the. But we supposed to have a healthy fear of the Most High because he's able to put us in slavery like that, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing nice in slavery. You can't paint a good picture like in slavery, man. You know? So, hey, man, Esau gonna pay for this shit. We gonna be next in the kingdom. We gonna be royal, prince of power. We gonna be walking on gold, our children, and all that. Because we can't do none of that shit no more right now. Till that happens. Go ahead. That's it.
That's it.
All right, man. Hey, hope you edified. Hopefully you keep the faith. You know, all the sincere brothers, man, keep fighting till we almost out of here. We close, man. So giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to Apostle Elders, great millstone, most citation to the brothers, teach word for hopefully families. Shalom.
Shalom.
And I keep looking at that thinking that's the cat.
No, man,
Yeah.
I don't know what